In the quiet mountain temples of ancient Japan, the Zen master Hakuin Ekaku was renowned for his wisdom and enigmatic teaching methods. He often challenged his students with koans, paradoxical questions or statements meant to provoke deep thought and enlightenment. One of his most famous koans was, "What is the sound of one hand clapping?" The story of this koan began with a young monk named Jiro, who arrived at Hakuin's temple seeking enlightenment. Jiro was eager to prove himself and was prepared for a journey of arduous meditation and rigorous discipline. After several months of basic training, Hakuin summoned Jiro and presented him with the koan. "What is the sound of one hand clapping?" Jiro was puzzled but determined. He spent days and nights meditating on the koan, seeking an answer. He approached Hakuin several times with different responses, only to be met with silence or dismissal. The frustration grew within him, but so did his resolve. One evening, while sitting alone in the meditation hall, Jiro's mind drifted to memories of his childhood. He remembered the times he played by the river, the feeling of the wind against his skin, and the sound of the water flowing over the rocks. He realized that in those moments, he had never questioned the existence or nature of those sounds. They simply were. This thought struck him deeply. The next morning, Jiro went to Hakuin and said, "Master, I cannot answer your question, but I understand that the sound of one hand clapping is beyond the realm of conventional perception. It is not a sound that can be heard with the ears, but one that resonates with the heart." Hakuin looked at Jiro with a serene smile and nodded. "You have touched upon the essence of the koan," he said. "The sound of one hand clapping is not a riddle to be solved, but an experience to be felt. It symbolizes the profound truth that existence and perception are not always bound by logic or physical senses." Jiro continued his studies with a newfound perspective. He realized that many truths in life could not be fully grasped through reason alone, but required a deeper, more intuitive understanding. This insight transformed his practice, leading him towards greater enlightenment. Years later, when Jiro became a Zen master himself, he shared this wisdom with his own students. He taught them that true understanding comes from embracing the mysteries of life, not just seeking to explain them. He encouraged them to listen not only with their ears, but with their hearts and minds. The message of the koan, "What is the sound of one hand clapping?" remains timeless. It reminds us that the most profound truths are often beyond the reach of ordinary perception. It challenges us to look within, to seek answers not only in the external world, but in the depths of our own consciousness. By doing so, we can find harmony and understanding in the silence and the unseen, experiencing life in its fullest and most authentic form.